Hey, everybody, welcome back. My name is Todd Ronan. It's the 7th of August, 2023, and the lottery jackpot for Mega Millions is up to $1.5 billion in the United States. And Liz and I were talking about how to win the lottery, and we thought we'd share that with you. So these are just fun techniques, and we're going to see if any of these work. How's your success at lottery picking numbers, Liz?
Hey, like I've said, I've picked the winning lottery numbers. I was given those winning lottery numbers twice. They were absolutely spot on, 100% correct. My problem was buying the ticket. So, everybody knows that story. I tried to buy the winning lottery. The first time I ignored it and it came out, and I said, I will never ignore that again. The second time I got the insights of what the numbers were going to be, I went to the store to buy the ticket. I didn't have a lot of time left before they stopped selling the tickets. The machine would not take my numbers, not. And the lady, there was a big long line because it was a big draw. The lady even filled out my numbers. The cashier filled out the numbers for me on another ticket. She could not get it to take it. And this just went on and on and on for several minutes. And then, of course, I just said, give me a quick pick, and I left, and my numbers came out. And that was a $350 or $360 million lottery that night.
Is pick 2, pick 3, or pick 4 a better odds of winning?
Do you have better odds of winning with pick 2? Pick 1.
I don't know were there any pick 1s, but
no, of course not. That was a joke from the spirit. Was pick 2 have better odds of winning? Pick 4, actually, better odds of winning. I'm surprised by that answer.
Is there anything that people can do to help increase their odds when choosing pick 4 numbers? Should they listen to their gut, choose a birthday, choose their PIN?
Is there anything that people can do to increase their odds? It's really a skill. You know what? It's really a skill. I mean, yeah, you can get lucky by using birthdays and PIN numbers or lucky numbers, whatever you think that will help you. But those rarely work. It's a skill. It's about knowing the number system, knowing the lottery. And I'm asking now, is there a formula to the lottery? Absolutely, there is a formula.
Ooh, what's the formula?
It's all steeped in mathematical equations. Now, let's ask this question, because I know you teach remote viewing, and I actually got the pick 3 using associative remote viewing. And a lot of people come into remote viewing simply because they're trying to make money. Using associative remote viewing, does it work? Yes, it does work. Okay, is that the most successful way to determine what the winning numbers are going to be? Yes, if you're good at it, yes. Why are numbers so difficult? Because numbers are the basic explanation of how complex these things are, how complex the universe is, and beyond like our capability of even complex mathematical equations for those of us that are physicists or mathematicians. That's still a very basic level of the programming that takes place within the universe. So it's about decoding the mathematical and probabilities and things like that. So associative remote viewing seems to work.
There's also something somebody sent me this weekend called a number square or a pyramid square, where you write down the date, you add up all the numbers, and then go up and then go down. Is that pyramid square? And then you look for commonality among the central date for percentages of how many numbers hit on that day, the winning draw, how many times it hits on that day. This magic square, is this something that would be beneficial to learn and use for daily draws?
Does the magic square, is that something that would be beneficial for daily draws? Yes, it is beneficial for daily draws, but it takes a long time to understand it.
It does. It's laborious.
Very
And
complex.
there are 4 draws per day for pick 4 here in Texas. There are 3 draws per day for pick 3 here in Texas. And so, do they increase the frequency of draws to make it more difficult for you to win?
Do they increase the draws? Yes, that's the whole thinking behind it. I never thought about that, Ronan. Yes, they do. They try to make it more difficult. So those people that are trying to make predictions based upon some sort of mathematical system or some sort of, even, I guess, remote viewing system, not that they would know about remote viewing, but whatever, they yeah, they will definitely increase the amount of the frequency in
All right,
order to use.
here's a strategy. We're going to see if these are labeled as correct from manifestation. This one says split the numbers between 0 and 9 into high numbers and low numbers, and choose a 1 from low and 2 from high, or 2 from low and 1 from high. Does this high number, low number ratio successful?
Yes, actually, yes, it is.
There's one. This is going to take work from everybody. So we're not going to give you your local numbers, but good luck trying the techniques. Using even, odd, and low, high. In this combination, we use the uppercase E for an even number and the uppercase O for an odd number. In pick 3, there are 8 even odd combinations. And using the same method of low high patterns, after our statistical analysis, there's a very low probability of this occurring. So we can filter out these patterns. Does this even, odd, low high pattern have any success?
Yes, it does.
How about choosing odd numbers and an even number in a ratio? Is it possible that this, if you look back on the number sequence that are winners, you can find patterns and use that to your own advantage moving into the next draws?
No.
Choose adjacent numbers of previous winning numbers. I look at this too. I look for the patterns and I say, well, let's see what is similar to it. And is there a pattern by looking at the previous win, projecting it forward to the next day's win or next day's draws?
I'm confused how this works.
What they're suggesting is that there's a trend pattern. So if you look at these numbers, they're sort of in a group, and you can find the grouping of winnings, and you can find that they're similarly or buffered by one other number. So they're adjacent to in the sequence.
Is this work? No.
Not successful. Let's see. I don't know what this one is saying. Someone's going to have to give me a better math understand. That one I can't ask. I don't understand it. Using the average numbers and values to exclude some combinations. So does the date, the calendrical date, have a significance on the drawing and the winning numbers?
Yes.
Does the moon sequence have a significant impact on the winning numbers drawn?
Yes, it does.
In what way?
It's the magnetic pull. Certain numbers come out on particular moon phases.
Interesting.
Mm.
Look at that too. Uh, how about numbers that are hot and cold? It says, I don't know about that. That doesn't seem real.
Hmm. Mirror numbers. Okay. Well, I know that associative remote viewing works simply because of the success that I had with it. Did I win any money? No. Why? Because I didn't think that it was going to work on the day that I actually tried to guess the pick three or try to view the pick three through association. So, what does that mean? Oftentimes, you can use different associations that represent the numbers. So if you wanted to do taste, zero equals chocolate, one equals vodka, two equals cherries, three equals cotton candy. So, you know what I mean? So on and on and on, all the way up to nine. I like to use sound. I prefer sound. So zero is a bell ringing, one is a car horn honking, two is a fire engine, three is a gunshot, four is like a classical music symphony. So you can use that. That's what I use. The association of noise or association of different noises to the number. And I actually got all three correct. But after that, I was like, oh my God, this is so freaking easy. Oh my God, I could just, this is all I have to do is guess the pick three every day or a couple times a week, and I don't have to work ever again. And I got excited. I got so excited because, of course, back then when I did this, the tickets for the pick three were like 50 cents. And the winning was like $500. And I was like, wow, this is, this is bang for your buck right here. And so after that, because of my excitement and my emotional involvement into those predictions, right? Do you think I ever got the pick three ever again? No.
Yeah, what I do is I use tarot cards and I'll put them out face down on the table, and then I'll do 3 or 4 or 6 remote viewing sessions on the number, and I'll sketch the card that I turn over, and then I put down the number associations 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I look at what I've sketched and I say, well, for the first number drawn for that drawing, I sketched the 4 of wands, and then so on and so on. And you can get a better idea of what the draws are going to be, but you're sometimes wrong about when it's going to be drawn. So you have to you have to play the role and allow it to be those same numbers, play them for 5 or 6 times, because they might not hit on the draw that you think, but they might hit 4 draws ahead of where you think they're going to hit. And so knowing where you are in time is really important. And how can people do better at achieving that?
Yeah. So that's how you do it. But you got to be a highly skilled remote viewer to do that. You do. And some
Yeah.
people use colors and shapes. So they use like a red circle means this, a blue triangle means that, right? I don't like to use that method because, then I'll end up getting yellow triangles when I should have gotten green triangles. So I don't like that combination. I like things that are very clear. That's why I like sounds.
It's got to be very close, and you have to be accurate at those perceptions. That's why in stage 2 of remote viewing, I assess how good you are at different stages. So if you're really good with smells, if you're really good with temperatures, if you're really good with sounds, then we'll use those as a number association for you. The one thing that I have found, and here's another trick for you, is in order to be a better remote viewer, in order to be better at decoding what the lottery numbers are, you need to look backwards at them. So we always look forward to what the numbers will be, but you'll have greater accuracy if you move yourself ahead in time and look backwards at when the draw happened.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Of course, you can do time movements. Absolutely.
Any other tips out there for people playing a pick 3?
I just got insight. What if we went out by like 20 years on a particular state lottery, and we pull on the pick three the three numbers that come out most often. What about that? But then you got to get them to come out in that same three number combination. But that's something you could do as well.
You could always pick. Yeah. And if you want, go ahead, try it out, but don't bet the farm. Just go ahead, play for fun, because that's really all it is.
It
Not going to
is.
make you completely wealthy.
No, if this is just a way to test your remote viewing skills, is what this is. A lot of people like it. It's fun. Anybody who bets the farm on any investment, you are destined to lose. Anybody who does that. Do you know how many readings I've done, Ronan? It makes me really sad when people have remortgaged their houses, cashed in their 401ks, taken every single penny out of savings and thrown it into a crypto or a particular investment because everybody else is doing it. They have to FOMO in. And then what happens? They lose badly, badly. And it makes me really sad because then they come through for a reading with Liz on how to repair the damage. And it's like, gosh, there's not going to be a miracle quick fix to this. So for those out there listening, and you wanted to be a billionaire and a billionaire yesterday, so you're going to throw everything you have into a particular crypto, don't do it. Don't do that.
Stick to the 50-cent tickets.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, everybody. Thank you, Liz. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Don't forget, the best crypto stories out there are the ones that spent very little and made a lot of money.